Hey guys, welcome to another video of Scent Saga. My name is Deep, and in this video I want to talk about a very special perfume that I almost talked about a few months back, maybe a month back I guess. If you have seen my review of the Bright Affairs by the house of Sniff N Smell, in between I mentioned a perfume that I absolutely loved, and I basically got a sample at that point in time, which is called Japa. And in that video, I particularly mentioned that if in case I get a chance, I will go ahead and purchase that perfume and make a full review of that particular perfume because the DNA was so good. I mean, I have never smelled anything as such prior to buying that perfume out. Japa is the name of the perfume from that same brand, Sniff N Smell. And that house basically does a lot of niche house clones or inspired version, you can say, which are very rare to find from other houses. This particular perfume, Hibiscus Mahajad, has got a lot of clones. After I came to know about Japa, I basically searched and I came across a few Middle Eastern houses as well making the clones of this perfume. But since I purchased this one, tested this one, absolutely fell in love with this one, I went ahead and I purchased the full bottle. Maybe in the future, if I can do a clone war, I will purchase the others and test them out as well. But in this video, I wanted to share my overall experience with Japa, how the perfume is, and after trying very hard, I found somebody in my city who has the OG, which is Maison Crivelli's Hibiscus Mahajad. I went ahead and I tested the OG, came back, compared it with the Japa, made the notes of how this is similar to the OG, how and where this is not similar to the OG, what is the performance, what is the longevity, every single thing, so that if in case you are planning to purchase this perfume, maybe not now, maybe in the future, this video can become a reference point for you and help you decide whether you should go for this perfume or you should skip it. Now, first things first, let me talk about why I fell in love with that overall scent structure and what is so unique about this particular perfume. So, there are a couple of situations where I don't want to wear a perfume which is very manly or dark or oody, and I also don't want to wear something which is citrusy or gourmandish, but I want to smell something which is floral. But most of the time what happens is with floral perfumes, sometimes, I'm not saying every single time, sometimes they lean a bit more towards the feminine side. Similarly, for my wife Chandrima, there are certain occasions where she wants to wear something which is less feminine, still floral, but leans more towards the manlier side, but it's not super manly. Somehow, this particular perfume, when I got this particular sample, and Chandrima also, tested it with me, we both equally fell in love with it. Like both of us were like, man, that is so good. And that is when we decided that we need a perfume that we both can apply from time and again when we are bored with the usual DNAs. And that is how we both fell in love with Japa. Now, what is so special about the Hibiscus Mahajad DNA? If you might ask, right? So the thing is, the combination of the different notes that particular perfume has, which has been incorporated in this perfume as well. The balance between hibiscus, in Bengali we call it Jaba Phul, the balance of hibiscus along with rose, vanilla and leather. And there are some nuanced other notes as well, like there is some spices like cinnamon, there is a little bit of sandalwood, there is a little bit of mint, and like there are some nuanced notes, but the four that I mentioned earlier are the most prominent one. The opening is very meditative. Like I can't tell you, the smell kind of gives a lot of peace. It's hard to describe, but it does. Now, the thing is, whenever we talk about the florals and the vanilla mixing in together, it feels that the perfume is going to be very sweet and dense and might choke you out. But somehow, the perfume is so well balanced. I mean, the DNA is so well balanced that the perfume feels very easy to wear across all the different setups that you can ever imagine. But before going back to the scent profile, let me talk about what this offers, what is the pricing, what is the concentration and everything. So by the way, Sniff N Smell, I mean, when I reviewed the first perfume, which was Bright Affair, which is a clone to Creed Aventus Absolute, at that point in time I told that the bottling was not that great, and I felt that a lot could be done about the bottle presentation. But somehow I feel that Sniff N Smell did take some cue or say suggestions from that video. I feel that, I'm not really sure. But this time when I purchased it, they sent me in this kind of a fully dark bottle with a dark cap. Perfume bottle now looks a bit better, and it came in a pouch like this. Last time when it came, it just had a bubble wrap around it. This time it came in a pouch like this, and that was a pleasant surprise. So good job, Sniff and Smell. If you are listening to these kind of videos and making changes, I really appreciate it. So awesome. Now this is an extra de parfum concentration. This is how the atomizer looks. This is a 50 ml bottle, and the perfume is selling for around 1700 rupees. But when I last checked, I think the perfume went out of stock. Maybe, I'm not sure. When I purchased it, it was there in the website, but while I was making this video and I was going through everything, I was not able to find that. So if in case you're not able to find it, reach out to Sniff and Smell in case you're planning on purchasing. I got mine, I'm happy. The entire artwork regarding this again is a bit psychedelic in my opinion. Everything about the design philosophy of them when it comes to the artwork is a bit different, hatke. But somehow I feel that this is a desi take on the Hibiscus Mahajad DNA from Sniff and Smell, in my honest opinion. In terms of the smell structure, let me go through the notes of Hibiscus Mahajad, and then I will talk about how it's a bit nuanced and different from the OG in case of Japa, and what is the overall smell structure difference that I felt when I compared it with the OG. Now, the OG Hibiscus Mahajad has the notes of hibiscus, rose, blackcurrant. Over here in Japa, I felt that hibiscus and rose are prominently present from the top notes, but instead of blackcurrant, vanilla gets introduced from the beginning in case of Japa, and vanilla in case of Hibiscus Mahajad comes a bit later into play. So say from the mid note or the base note, you will feel the vanillic notes more. But in case of Japa, I feel that the vanillic note starts from the top note itself. That is some nuance differences that I felt with the Japa. Now, in terms of the mid notes, Hibiscus Mahajad has pomegranate, mint, and cinnamon. Whereas in case of Japa, I felt that instead of pomegranate, the note was more of peach. That is what I personally felt. I could be wrong over here. That is what I felt, that it was more of a peachy kind of a smell. And mint and cinnamon are here, but in some nuanced, it's a bit mellowed compared to Hibiscus Mahajad, the OG from Maison Crivelli. Now, in terms of the dry down, in the base, the Hibiscus Mahajad has got leather, vanilla, musk, and sandalwood. In case of Japa, I felt that the note of leather is again a little bit nuanced compared to the others, but it's present. Along with sandalwood, musk, and vanilla, I said starts at the top, stays in the mid, and continues till the end in Japa. So all in all, if I have to sum up the entire smell structure to a layman, not by just throwing notes at you, imagine there is a box, a wooden box, and inside that box, there are dried flowers of hibiscus as well as dried rose petals lying. And with that smell, you get a little bit of fruity hint and a little bit of spicy hint from cinnamon when you open that box. Add a little bit of vanilla drizzle on top and a little bit of sandalwood. The entire combination of the smell is what Japa feels like. But I don't know, but this note of hibiscus adds a very meditative and a very peaceful smell. But the star of the show is rose over here. Although the name is hibiscus, I think that the star of the show is rose, but it's not that overly sweetened rose. I feel that the rose is a bit dark, and that vanilla with its nuanced sweetness, it's not overpoweringly sweet vanilla, it makes the entire note very playful. And somehow leather, although is over here, it's in such a way delicately used that it doesn't overpower or make the perfume feel weird in any sense. The thing is, if you want to know how it smells like, it's going to be very hard to describe just by my words, because florals, vanilla and leather does not mix together. That is what initially I felt, but after using this, I completely disagree with it. Now, who will not like this perfume? If in case you don't like floral perfumes, I don't think this perfume is for you. If in case you like oud based dark animalic perfumes, this is not for you. And if in case you are only into citruses like bergamot, lemon, or that sort of stuff, like the Imagination DNA or say the Bulgari Tiger DNA, then this perfume is not for you. But in case you are into a bit gourmandish perfumes, floral perfumes, or some, different perfumes, altogether, I think you will very much enjoy this perfume. Now, the one difference that I felt with the OG almost very prominently is the blend quality. Maison Crivelli's Hibiscus Mahajad sells for 23,000 rupees for a 50 ml bottle. This on the other hand sells for only 1700 rupees for a 50 ml bottle. Compare that side to side, you will feel that all the depth, all the blend quality, all the complexities that I was talking about for so long now will not even bother you anymore. Because again, if I get 70 to 80% of that smell structure or that quality for maybe say 1/10 of the price or say 1/15th of the price, I will always go with perfumes like this rather than splurging and spending my money on a perfume which will cost 23,000. I don't have the budget to go ahead and purchase that kind of perfumes, although I do want to enjoy that smell. So my bridge to enjoy that smell comes through Japa. Now in the future, when I will try more, I will be able to discuss more about the nuanced differences between each inspired version. But for now, Japa is that one perfume that I absolutely love in that particular DNA. Since this perfume is selling at only 1700 rupees for a 50 ml, although 1700 for a 50 ml might seem expensive to a lot of people. And for those, I would say try a smaller bottle and see how it performs for you, because this perfume does not need more than 6 to 7 sprays at max. 6 sprays are enough because the blend is extra de parfum and the projection and longevity on this one is awesome. It kind of projected for almost 1 to 1.5 hours easily on my clothes, and the overall longevity of the perfume was around 8 to 9 hours. Now think about it, 6 to 7 sprays are almost enough to get you done, and at the same time this perfume does project and last properly. Now Hibiscus Mahajad, the OG, is a beast mode projecting perfume and lasts almost a full entire day. I haven't tested it for almost a day. The point is, when I applied it on my clothes, when I was going for the testing from the known associate, I almost got around 10 to 12 hours longevity when I applied it on my clothes. It was that prominent. This almost gave me the same amount of longevity, trust me, around 8 to 10 hours easily on my clothes, and the projection was for around 1 to 1.5 hours. But it's not that loud or does not shout like Hibiscus Mahajad the OG does, but this is not a slouch. It does make you feel noticed, but in a very well balanced way. It's not going to overpower anybody, it's not going to disturb anybody, but at the same time this will make others notice your perfume. And I believe if you're somebody who goes to the office, this perfume is a perfect daily driver for you across every single occasion. There are only a couple of areas where I feel this perfume will not do its job properly. That is going to be the gym, because when these kind of notes get mixed with the sweat, I don't think that the outcome is very pleasant. That is number one. And number two, I would say, is if in case you are going to a situation where you don't want your perfume to be noticed a lot and you want something very close to your skin, because this will project like crazy. So dates, I think, absolutely kills it. Weddings absolutely will kill it. Office absolutely will kill it. Every single place this will do the job apart from the gym. And in terms of the weather, be it summer, be it winter, be it spring, be it autumn, be it the monsoon that we are in, this does the job properly. So overall, my take for this perfume, basically Japa, has been so good. I can actually recommend it to anybody who's looking for a floral unisex perfume, which is right there in the middle and does not really sway neither towards the men's side or the female side. So that's Japa. But along with this particular perfume, I this time tested a few more. One was this one, which is Eros Energy, a sample, and Acro Bake, which is another sample. And I think I got one more. I don't know where did I keep it, but I did have one more, which I'm kind of forgetting as of now. But these two I plan on purchasing now because they are, again, something that I really enjoyed, but I might not take a full bottle for all. Maybe I'll take a 10 ml for some, because I have something which is in the similar DNA, but let's see. So these two, someday in the future, I will again purchase and review. But Japa you are one of my favorite when it comes to floral based perfume. There is one more from the house of Kanzan that I recently tried and I loved, but that is for Chandrima. I mean, I love it more on Chandrima, and that is again one of the best floral perfumes that I have come across, but for a lady, not as an unisex. I will speak about it in some other videos when I have the time, but for today, this is the star of the show. So that's pretty much it with the video. If in case you have any queries or concerns about Sniff and Smell or any other particular perfume for that matter, you have the comment section, or you can reach out to me via Instagram, which is Scent Saga Online, and I will try my best to answer them as soon as possible. So with that, this is Deep signing off. I'll see you on the next one very soon. Bye-bye.